Okay, my name is Jasmine Brown, and I sing alto and I also sing soprano. I prefer alto though, and I also write songs in the group.
Okay, okay. And what's to you? What's been your process with recording the album? As far, how do you think the process has been going?
Before I think it started off a little crazy, challenging because we were in the studio. I was really amped about going to the studio. Things didn't really go as we thought it was going to go, but then, came back as a group, talked about it, and we decided to do our own recordings and, Shomo encouraged us all to get our own equipment, and things have been going great since then,
So,
I will admit.
What's your favorite song of the group?
I think my favorite song would be between His Name is Jesus and He Paid It All. And not just because I wrote those two. But well, I definitely see us progressing. Before we were singing at Seventh-day Adventist churches, and then we branched out to, the Baptist and other churches. And not only that, now we're trying to move outside of St. Louis. And I really see our group, once the album comes out, to be able to travel to different countries. I would really like to go to Africa and Europe, a lot of other places, just to get our music out there and be a blessing to others.
Okay. Cool. Anything else you think you want to say?
I just want to say I really enjoy the time that we all have spent with each other. I really enjoyed the hard work that everyone is putting in, and I know this album is going to be one of the best. So,
cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
My name is Lushomo Chambwa, also known as Lou. I have been singing with the Chosen Ones since 2009. In fact, myself and Jasmine had founded the group. Changes always take place, especially when you are involved in a cappella groups. People come and go. But one thing that I noticed was that you always have people who are going to be there to stay and people who are just there for the moment. Now, the changes that we have had over the past few years was just a process in which we were really trying to find people who are really going to be stable and stick with the group, not only in good times, but even in bad times. So that would really explain the changes that we have gone through as a group, because we were still trying to find that stability. And eventually, we were able to get the core members who really wanted to do this and minister to people through song. And if you notice, too, a few, or let me say many people are called, but a few are chosen. And I believe this is what really has been taking place in our group right now. There's a lot of filtering that has been taking place. And the people who are left now in the group are those people who really have been called into this ministry.
The recording that you guys are doing now, how do you feel about those two different?
Well, I would say it has been a very good experience. I will just touch bases because one of my responsibilities as a music director is to ensure that we have performances that we do, and not only that, but our music is also recorded. So when we first started with the studio, it was very pleasant but hectic, and not only that, I would say stressful financially, because we could only afford so much as students. Now, if you're spending, say, $200 a session, or for probably 1.5 hours, you can only be able to pay that money so much. But ultimately, we looked at the pros and the cons, and we decided on having to invest in having our own equipment. And once we got that, we noticed that we've been having a whole lot more progress, especially with the production of our own music.
Now, where do you guys see yourselves going maybe 5-10 years from now? Would you be locally, or are you planning on expanding your music?
I mean, you might even say 5-10 years, but I'm really looking at within the next year or two. I look at the fact that we are definitely going to be world class, especially with the rate that we are moving at, the sacrifices that every group member has been, putting into place. The things that we see right now are very positive indeed. And so if I'm to say in the next 5-10 years, I definitely know that we're going to be a world-class group. and especially with the fact that Philippians tells us that we can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens us. That has been a motto, or let me say something that has been really giving me that push, knowing that with Christ we can do anything.
When do you guys plan on launching this album?
Look for it in the stores June, July.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks.
My name is Ruben Gill, and I've been singing with the Chosen Ones for about a year and 2 months.
Now, how exactly did you come to join the group?
Lushomo was my roommate and just a friend of mine, and he been asking me, just come out, check us out. And so eventually I came through, listened to the group, and we found a place for me to fit in. I'm not a great vocalist. I can sing, but the place that in the group that I actually fit into was beatboxing, vocal percussionist area. So it worked out, and I think it was a good arrangement that it worked out that way. We started off in the studio, just building the momentum for our songs and whatnot. And we won't say the studio that we didn't have the best experience in the studio. I feel like we did our job, but we weren't met with the best quality. So Lushomo just thought it was best. Everybody thought it was best if we would just record our own music and in the comfort, of his house. So yeah, it's been a lot better. I think everybody learns a lot more when it's a more of an organic type of recording process versus paying a lot of money for studio. Just having that nervousness. I gotta do this in an hour. I got so much time. But when you record in your own comfort, your own home, then it's more, get a better quality, more real feel for the project.
So is this more like a hobby for you, or is this something like, what's the big picture here?
I think everybody in the group is very talented, vocalists, songwriting, the percussions, just planning, and I think everybody definitely has a strength and gifts. And I know for me, I would like to use my gifts that the Lord has given me, just as far as the words that I speak, music. I love music. I've always been a music lover, and I think I can speak for everybody to say that that's the goal, is to use the gift that the Lord has given us, as far as just loving music and being able to spread the word of Jesus Christ.
What makes you guys stand out from those other a cappella groups?
Well, I heard a friend of mine say that when you're doing music, you have to stand out. And I definitely think just the style that the Chosen Ones have is a different, unique style. The beatbox, the content, just the soul, the fresh feel that you get when you listen to the music.
I would love to hear a sample of what's to come as far as the percussion, the beat bopping. If you can just give us a sample, what's to come on the album?
Okay, well, I'll give you a sample. One of my favorite songs that we have is "God Who Commanded the Light," and I just give you a sample of that beatbox. Look out for Chosen Ones. We're going to have lots of fun. Can't wait to see you.